Hello and welcome to the second lesson inside, or second topic inside the lesson regarding the activity module. And we're going to take a look real quick at comments and replies, or replies to comments themselves, both inside the activity feed and in the forums within discussions. There are also comments on blog posts. We'll take a look at that as well, see how that all correlates back to the activity feed so you can get a better understanding of how this all works together. Here I am inside the activity feed, and I have a bunch of posts that I've created already here from our prior videos. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to select the comment button on one post, and I'm going to show you what you're able to do inside of comments. Obviously, as discussed before, we can upload documents. If I wanted to pull a document here, I could say just pull up the white paper for Rise page, and I can load that document directly into the comment. I can create some text with that. Here's the white paper for you, and I can post it. And in doing so, it will post automatically to the feed with the document. I can click on the document, tap to view, it'll load for me, and then it'll display the document inside that feed. Not only that, anybody who comes to the activity feed after the post is made, the comment, the reply inside the activity feed, it bumps that back up to the top as we discussed in the prior video on the activity feed module with what we have called bump to top, which is any activity, a like or a comment or a reply to a comment. So if I came here and replied to my own comment and said thanks, see if it'll load here. There we go. Let's do thanks and thank you. And I made that post. I just posted that reply. It is then threaded underneath the actual comment itself. Okay. That is comments within replies within the activity feed itself. You can do that for anything such as discussions or topics. And we'll show you this here real quick. So if we come back to the feed and we go to, let's just open up a discussion inside of a forum. So let's go to the knowledge base forum. And within here we have discussions. And let's just go into the activity discussion and see where we have a comment made. Well, if I want to reply to the actual discussion itself, I would click the reply button here at the top, and that would create another reply beneath the one that I have right here that's grayed out. If I wanted to actually reply to the reply of the discussion, I can thread those replies, and from here I can make another comment that says this is great info and submit it. And it will show the reply accordingly and then also thread it beneath that reply. That is also reflected back inside the actual activity feed. So if we come back to our activity feed, we can see that I made a reply to the other post. This is great info. And I can then select that discussion and it will open up where it was inside that discussion inside the forum itself. Okay. Now, that forum is associated with a group, and groups have their own activity feeds, just known as feed, and this is all the information specific to the group itself. It's separate from the rest of the activity on the platform. Now, you can create comments and replies within the group activity feed, within the main activity feed, or better yet, you can even go into the actual discussion inside of the knowledge base by clicking activity, and then you can reply inside the discussion, which helps you take your content and organize it where you want it to be and better separate it from the other activities throughout the platform. So, for instance, if I had somebody come through and come to my blog post, which the one we created in the last video is test, I can then comment on this blog post here that says great info and submit that comment on the blog post. And then somebody can also reply within the blog post, yes, it is, and it will thread it there as well. Okay. So having that ability to separate these different comments and replies throughout the platform helps you to put your content where you want it and keep it localized and keep the attention localized on that. Now, blog posts, though, those comments are separate from the activity feed unless otherwise specified. And so what we see here then is no activity updates inside the activity feed when somebody commented on that blog post. If we go back to the blog post, we will see those comments threaded inside the blog post itself. You can select to have those comments show up inside the activity feed if you would like. I have it separated because I like to keep blogs separate from the main activity and only tie groups and forums and discussions and courses into the main activity feed to keep the two separated for my own intents and purposes with what I'm trying to design here in Decyphor. Because now what I can do is I can go ahead and share my posts to social, to both Facebook and Twitter, and that will show up separate from the activity feed or any other posts, any other pages inside of Decyphor itself. That's a quick overview of the comments and replies that you can do throughout the app. Inside courses in the course content, you will see that there's no commenting or replying inside the courses. The courses are specifically sectioned off so that the content you are viewing is distraction free, or what we would like to call distraction free. Okay, that distraction free experience is what's going to enable your users to better consume that educational content you try and put in front of them. And we always keep them separated throughout the network itself and the activity feed. The only thing that will show up here is when new courses are created, when achievements are unlocked by completing certain lessons or topics or quizzes, etc., by the users who are inside that course, which then once those things are unlocked and they post into the activity feed as an achievement, then you're able to go in and you're able to comment on that achievement or comment on that accomplishment for completing the test, quiz, whatever it is that the user has completed. So that's a quick overview of how commenting and replies work throughout the ecosystem and within each individual module. It's pretty straightforward. The design of each is threaded so that you can separate the replies and comments by user. And then past that, if you have any other specific questions you would about discussions or forums and how those work in a deeper manner, you would go on to the discussions topic, the lesson regarding discussions, and we'll take that deeper into merging and splitting comments and replies and what that looks like when you start to dive really deep into what discussions inside forums and groups looks like. If you guys have any questions, let us know. We'd be glad to review and do more videos for you, but this was a brief overview of comments and replies. On to the next topic.